Howdy ho everybody, you've all been waiting for it. It is here. Welcome to the Protoss tutorial, where we'll be going through playing from Bronze League, increasing our rank as fast as we can, playing as many different players as we can within a 4-episode series. Thank you so much for watching the Zerg tutorials, and I'm glad that you liked them. The overall general response from you was absolutely fantastic. Many likes on the videos and lots of supporting comments, and so I hope I can bring the same level to this tutorial. It's been a long time since I did the initial Protoss ones, but it is time to revamp them to give you guys the up-to-date strategies, the up-to-date builds, and everything you need to know as a Protoss player in the later stages of 2012, what to do when you play ladder and how to play a safe style, a very solid style that will give you, I hope, as many wins as possible to increase your rank from bronze to silver to gold to platinum to diamond to masters, as long as you follow these simple games. Alright, so I've made a new account. It is called Protoss Cute. Before we do go into playing ladder and clicking that big button at the top there that says Starcraft, let's go ahead and just go over very briefly the options, because maybe you've tuned in without having watched the Zerg tutorial, so it's going to be important just to kind of go in to have a quick brief over of what my setup is. I play windowed full screen. My settings are on medium. My previous tutorial was all on low, but because I stream so often, I've gotten very comfortable with playing on medium. So medium's going to be okay for now. I don't really want to play high or ultra. Medium's okay. Sound, I've got, this is just my personal sound set, so I don't really have the music loud, if on at all. I mean, 2% is hardly anything. If I play ladder games where I'm not watching or listening to a show, then I'm going to be playing my own music, so this is not needed. Ambient sounds and so on is fine. And that's it. There's nothing really too much on sound. Going over to voice, enable voice chat doesn't really need to be activated. Actually, it can be turned off. You're not really going to be using it unless you want to play 4v4s and talk in game. Controls, this is my personal setup with 51% and 44% for the mouse scroll speed. That's just how I like to play. Disabled Windows key, you can. I actually have my Windows key taken out, so it doesn't really matter, but you can disable it. Gameplay is the most important. Show unit status bars always. Show flyer helper, you can if you want to. I don't really need to, so I'm not going to have it on. It does get in the way a little bit when I play. We're going to have display grid on. Reduce violence, no, we like it gory. Going to be saving all the replays. Hidden menu bar. It used to be unclickable, but AdaBC made me put it on hidden. So I've kind of kept it on there. Control groups normal. Show game timer, very important, so you can reference certain points in the game. Battlenet, whatever you want. It doesn't really matter anything there. And one final look at, for you that have seen me play before, you'll know that I play with camera control groups. Where are they? Yeah, create location. So this has not been set up yet, so this is a perfect time. If you followed my streams, you followed the Zerg tutorial, you'll know that I like to do this. Shift F1, Shift F2, Shift F3, Shift F4 across 4 different base locations. My main, natural, third, and fourth. The 4 big key locations of bases. Usually your 5th is just there. You don't really use it for anything. Obviously it's hotkeyed up to use Chrono Boost, but you don't really need to jolt there because you don't need to focus on drops per se, because at that stage of the game, a 5th base is usually going to be guarded by a bunch of cannons, and you can just very simply click there to get there, or hit the spacebar for recent action, or whatever you want. But alongside creating the locations, which we'll see a lot more of once I actually get playing, is we're going to change these to F1. And that F1 now, as you see, unbound, that's the idle worker key, which I'm going to change to tilde in a minute. So idle worker, and then we just go ahead and put that on tilde, and I'm good to go. So save these. Protoss is Imber, is the profile name, as we're playing Protoss. Hotkeys, alright. Good. Now back over here to the quick match button, or if you want to be lazy, F2. F2, there we go. Bronze League, rank 98. Bonus pool 258. Let's play some games. So, as we're loading in now, actually, before we do start, I just want to really quickly go over what we're going to be using in this tutorial. What exactly we're going to be doing. In terms of the builds, we're going to be playing a very safe, solid style. Very reactionary. very few timing focus plays. We're not going to do 1, 2 base all-ins, maybe 3 depending, because 3 is very considered standard in the recent style of play. 3 base all-ins can work well against hive structures, so on, and hive strategies, but we'll talk about that more. Against Terran, we're going to be playing a 2 base Colossus double forge style. Some maps we may go single forge and single Twilight Council to research blink, just to be a little bit more safer against drops rather than going double upgrade straight away. We'll then slowly take a 3rd base and progress from there, looking for a fast 3-3 as soon as we can. Against Zerg, we're going to be playing Forge Fast Expand, and we're going to be looking for a very reactionary style. So observers out really fast. We're going to be looking for a 3rd base pretty early on, defended by a bunch of gateway units, sentries and immortals, then over to Colossus, and then we'll feel the game out from there. And against Protoss and PvP, most of our builds are going to be very standard at the highest level. For example, on maps that we can play Blink Stalker, and I'll show you how to. On maps that are more solid, we're going to be looking at Robo facility builds, more so than Stargate ones. Stargate ones is something that you can use, but I'm not going to go over it too much in the tutorials. I feel that a more stable robotics facility, focusing on immortals, focusing on very good, solid, straight up head-to-head fights, will give you the most success all around in PvP. Alright, so let's go ahead now and just actually stop talking, get playing, and talking. So I guess we never really stop talking, do we, in a tutorial? So let's get this underway. First game of the day. We're going to be aiming for roughly 4 games today, maybe 5 depending on the speed of them. As you can maybe hear in my chair squeak, it is a very squeaky chair. But we're now going to be loading into the first map. Oh no, stop. Map preferences. Let's get rid of Tal'Darim, Shakuras, Uncondemned. Save preferences, leaving Cloud, Daybreak, Hornet, Antigua, Entombed. Go. Took me a couple of episodes to get that one down in the Zerg tutorial, let me tell you that, but nailed it initially. Alright, let's take a sip of my water before we load in. I hope, well, I'm not saying I hope you have, but I've washed my hands before I play. I have a clean feeling that I'm ready to go. I have water next to me when I'm playing ladder games. That's right, no distractions, just me and the PC. We're going to go in. Okie doke. So we have a Zerg player initially on Antigua Shipyard. So like I said, we're going to be opening up with a Forge Fast Expand. We're going to be going for the pylon on the lower ramp, because there's 2 ramps connecting by your natural if you think about it. So, oh, free win. Well, that's one way to get faster up this league, isn't it? We've spent the majority of this video talking without actually playing, and he's platinum. What are you doing? What are you doing with your life? You're meant to be going upwards, not downwards. Alright, let's load in again. Well, free win against a platinum player. I'll take that. Easy points. We've now gone from rank 98 to 17 in 30 seconds. Some people talk about cars doing 0 to whatever in 0.2 seconds. Well, welcome to Starcraft 2, where we go from rank 98 to 17 in 0.3 minutes. Yeah, that was fun. Alright, let's go. Alright, another Zerg. Good. It's favoured. Maybe this one's diamond. This is our second game now. Let's find out how it's going to go. Cloud Kingdom. Going to be Forge Fast Expanding. I'll show you how to. I'll teach you the know and everything. And try to break down every single move, decision, movement on the screen. Alright, so initially we just tap E, we spread the probes across into usually a box left and then right, and then we just build a probe, queue one up, and waypoint it to the mineral line. And we're going to be queuing up another probe immediately here and just trying to pair them up. I'm going to now take this time as my probes are building to Shift F1, Shift F2, Shift F3, Shift F4, and return back in time for a probe. So to be able to move around these bases very easily, just tap faster. You can just start it slowly, or you can increase it. You go F1, F2, F3, F4, then F1, F2, F3, F4. So you can do it at your own speed. We're going to be building a pylon here, as you can see. Gives us the, basically what this wall is going to be, a pylon, then it's going to be forge, then gateway, and then leaves a gap for a unit, such as probe or zealot, to make a full wall off already to start to protect against the swarm. We're going to chrono boost immediately using the energy straight into the nexus to increase the probe count, and we're most likely, depending on what we scout now, going for a Forge Expand. It's just a safer option always, rather than trying to get down Nexus first, even though Nexus first is going to be fine to do. I'm just going to try and get Forge down for you guys. This is Bronze League, remember. So an early spawning pool. So we're going to come back now with our probe, which we've clicked on a mineral field, so we can mineral walk through drones as they attack. And now we're going to shift click and build a forge. And we're not going to be too distracted. It's like an 8 spawning pool or something like that. Not a super fast one. And we're still going to go for a Nexus pretty fast, then a cannon. So he's come down here. We're just going to run around. Don't really need to pylon block or anything, because we want to be saving all our money up. We can go in again to have a quick look at that spawning pool again. I didn't use my second chrono boost actually, which was a bit of a mistake. And we come in again. I'm going to mineral walk through the probes. We see a gas taken, so now things are starting to get a little bit alarming with what could potentially coming out from this player. But we're going to now just go ahead and take the Nexus, then build a build a cannon. So we'll just get the Nexus down immediately now. 16 Nexus. Because it's not like a 6 pool or anything, it's like an 8 pool, and we can just tell that by the amount of probes that we're mining as we entered the base. So now we're saving our money, as you can see, to build a cannon and then gateway. So cannon first, behind, then we're going to build a gateway, because we don't want to, we ideally would like another pylon right now so we can continue pro production. But because of this early spawning pool threat, we have to build a gateway. And then on top of that, we actually need to stay idle with roughly 100 minerals in case he comes to build a pylon. So we can build one probe because I see we have the space to do it. I'm still going to wait until we're safe. Cannon's going up now, so I'm now going to build the pylon inside the main base, and I'm going to keep a probe to block this in case he tries to run links through to allow my cannon to do damage. Now as the pylon's building, I'm going to waypoint and hotkey up my Nexus on the natural, and we've got a full safe wall. If the probe is on H, click H for hold position, and now we're able to chrono boost into the Nexus as soon now as the pylon is ready. So there we go. We're then going to start to aim towards double gases and just keep on building probes. In a minute, we're going to build a Zealot and keep that probe there until we get a Zealot to complete the wall off. We can transfer a handful of probes down now and continue to chrono boost into the Nexus, and the Nexus on the low ground, so we can double chrono boost up. Because he's taken such an early gas here, we may want to throw down another cannon anyway. So let's go ahead and just build another cannon anyway, because we don't really know what he's doing. And then come back to complete the wall off and continue pro production. Another thing we're going to have to be very careful about is the threat of any Nidusworm plays or something along those lines. So we're going to have to build pylons along the side of the darkness inside our base. But so far we're playing it very, very cautiously, very, very safe. But now with the Zealot out, let's just come back. One thing I did slightly forget was just to build the Cyber Core, but that's just because we're playing very, very safe. But it won't be too much of a problem, we'll just throw it straight away there. So Zealot's on hold position now. And we can continue to chrono boost into these gateways, and let's throw down a pylon over here that should give us a nice cover and range of what he could potentially be coming with. So right now, we're just going to wait until we can start to build our sentries. Because our Cybernetics core was just a tad little bit late there, it's because I was a little bit focused on getting the cannon and that Zealot down, is our sentry could be late. But we'll still chrono boost out that sentry as soon as we can. And let's just add on a pylon here as well to make sure we don't get pylon blocked. Sentry chrono boosted out, warp gate research as well, and then we're just playing it very, very safe. And with a sentry out, we'll have a force field, and we can immediately build another one too, if need be. So we'll build another sentry, and we can start now to look towards getting the robotics facility down, which is going to be our observation. So let's just throw it down on the high ground here, and then come back down. We've got another sentry. Let's chrono boost out another sentry and get the gases on the natural, because now we've got a lot of minerals and we've got a decent amount of probes, but we start to need the gas, because if we're going to go up to the robotics facility, we need to know exactly how we're going to be playing this out. We need an observer down, then we need to tech up more. We're just going to build sentries for now. Alright, so let's go ahead and get a couple more pylons. I saw an overlord on the right hand side of my base. It was over here, or left hand side, sorry. So I'm keeping tracks of that. 2 cannons down, 2 sentries down. We're pretty much locked down as long as that doesn't happen in our main base. So immediately pull all the probes, and it shouldn't go up at all. And we just prevent that from going down. So Nidusworm falls down, and then we just go back to mining. And then we can just build an immortal now from there, and we'll just cover this location. So very much so, just if he goes it again, immediately pull the probes. I've got them all on one hotkey already, and things are looking dandy dandy. We're going to do that again. Probes are very, very good against this. We built the pylon there because of it, and down it shall fall. Back to mining again immediately. And then just make sure you got the right guys in gas. May have a few too many. And with the Immortal out, it's never going to work there. He may try the front door, so we may just need to build another cannon here, and maybe another pylon. So if he tries the front door, then we're going to have to get ready to force field exactly. So let's just add on a couple more gateways now, and waypoint down to the natural. We do have quite a few probes in the main base, so your ideal probe count is always going to be 16 to 18 probes. Let's see what he's going to try and do here. We've got warp gate research, we've got a couple more gateways coming down, we can add even more. We've got an Immortal, it's up there, and let's see what he's going to do, if he's going to try and break the front. Let's build another Immortal. We can chronobus that out. We've got a good amount of probes, we've got a good amount of saturation, decent amount of sentries. We'll increase that. Not going to allow you in. We'll chop that off. So he is obviously at lair, but we don't really know what's going on. So what we're going to do now is chronobus out this Immortal, and then we're going to try and go for an Observer, just to kind of get a little bit more information. Let's throw down another gateway, set of gateways, and we're just going to play it very, very safe on two base, sorry. Twilight Council is coming down to make sure that we can go to +2, and with units here, that's never going to work, is it? So we'll stop that. And now we'll build an Observer and go scout what's going on. So, alright, things are going really, really well. We can turn these to gateways now, or warp gate research. We can continue to chronobus into the forge now. We've got pylons coming down. We can continue to build pylons because we do have 800 minerals in the bank. With Twilight Council's finishing, I'll immediately go to 2-2. I'm not rushing to get my third base down. Knowing that he's got Nidus Worm tells me that he's going to be very, very much so behind in economy, because that was a fast Nidus Worm attack. Alright, we've stopped probe production. This is something that a lot of players don't really do. I've got it researching Blink as well. You want to stop probe production once you're fully saturated on 2 base, which is roughly 50 probes. Once you have, if you drag a box, just about this amount of probes, 2 lines and a little bit more. And then the reason why you stop probes is because you don't want to oversaturate until you're ready to take a third base. We are now beginning to get ready to take a third base. We're kind of pushing all this away. We'll build a pylon and a cannon maybe over here to make sure. And let's just go figure out what's going on and continue to make stalkers, and then we'll go take a new base now, because I'm quite comfortable in my army value size. We go in, we see a Hydra Den, and we see not so much. So obviously he's in Bronze League, so we're just going to play it out pretty safe, pretty normal, and we'll go now and take a third base. And let's just add a cannon on here to protect us from a Nidus Worm attack again. We'll add a third base, but at the same time we'll probably just go and attack. You know, it's Bronze League, we deflected the initial attack here, and we're most likely going to be able to win. But we can keep up pro production, that's for sure. We can chronobus that Blink, that's for sure. And now we make our movement across. Alright, so we've got a probe on 2. Let's just come down and build a pylon, and then shift and build a pylon outside his base. And keep on building probes. And I'm using my F1 and F2 keys to find me a direction. It looks like he may be assaulting us, so let's just build a handful of stalkers to defend that natural. And I don't really care if I lose my third base right now, because I'm about to go kill him at the front. So he may even come back. So there's the attack. The Hydras don't really have too much upgrade, or no upgrades at all, and he's already pulling his probes out, knowing he's in trouble. So we're gonna pretty much pick up the win here, most likely. We'll keep building probes. We'll just march our way into his main base and just look to secure the victory. Okay, he's going to return back with his unit. So we can come back now and we can force field him out. A trick that everybody knows. And then we can just warp in Zealots and just keep on going with the fight. You can even do this, warp around, some force fields and prevent the units from actually coming up the ramp to defend. And this is going to be it for game number 1. So very good game reading, I think, in this game, despite what happened, into a good execution finish, into winning the game there. So a good game 2, game 1, whatever you want to call it with that initially. But yeah, Bronze League attack, very solid. Look at the resources, very solid. Units, very high unit count, just super, super slow, solid scouting, focusing on what you're doing play. And then we pick up the first win. Alright, so let's go immediately into game number 2. We're going to try and crank out as many games as possible. Hopefully aiming for roughly 4 as mentioned. Every episode we try to get in 4 to 5 games, so if you are enjoying this episode, and you will continue to do so hopefully, then episode 2 will be coming out very shortly as well. I am traveling away this weekend well, I guess it depends on when you watch the video. Maybe I'm speaking to you in the future right now, and you're actually watching this in November, December, or January. Could it be even in 2013? So hello, everybody in 2013. Happy New Year for when you watch this video. Right now, I'm in the past. I'm actually still in October. It's October the 15th, I think, or 16th. 16th, I think. So hello from the past, and hello, future. All right, Daybreak. So Daybreak are PvP. In PvP on Daybreak, it's very, very much focused on two sets of builds. Sometimes you see, in PvP there's about 4 to 5 different builds and some variations of those builds. Basically, the standpoints of these builds are robotics facility focused builds. Stargate builds are the main common two on this map. Then you have some DT and some blink play, and then you have variations of everything where you can have gateway expands and so on and so on and so on. So the strongest two maps on this map for PvP are always going to be, as we shift F1, F2, F3, F4 around, is going to be robotics facility builds. The reason for that is because it's very difficult, good luck, have fun, sorry, oh my god, very difficult to actually pull off any blink play because there's no ramp to blink in. So if there's no ramp or side to blink into the main base of your own, there's only the front directional, so like this angle, right? If there's only that one location for you as an immortal robotics facility player to defend against a Stalker army, then you're going to win. The way that Blink Stalker plays are able to give you victories is because they're very mobile and can blink into an army or behind an army into the main base. But on this map it's not possible. Alright, so we're going to be scouting after the gateway here, and we're going to, usually in a PvP that's not what I would do. I would be scouting very, very late, but in the Bronze League to Silver League I'm expecting some kind of proxies, maybe cannon rushes, so I should have actually, that's a very early scout, so I'm just going to follow this probe. If the cannon rushes are going to work, they're always going to be behind the mineral line, and he's going to want to plant down a pylon. So for now, I'm just going to wait, and just, if he doesn't go for it, then I'm going to go scout. Okay, so he doesn't go for it. If he was going to build a pylon, it will be there and there, and I wanted to get in the midst of it to stop that from happening. It's still possible, but it's a lot less likely now because he'd want to get it done a lot earlier on. So I'm going to come down anyway. I'm just going to build a pylon to stop that from happening. And he can't go in. Oh, yes, he can. Okay, so what is he doing? Okay, so I'm a little bit scared about getting pylon cannoned, but it's okay. So let's go scout now. We're going to go immediately for the warp gate research. I don't want to get cannon rushed in the Protoss tutorial, guys. Right, we're going to be building a Zealot because we don't want to play greedy in case he is doing anything wacky. And we did scout around our natural where the proxy location is usually going to be. But that was a very fast probe scout. Anything's possible, so we're still keeping very open-minded to what's going on. Where are the gateways? Where are the gateways? Okay, good. Gateway spotted, chronoboost spotted. Whew! Let's build gas, because we're safe. Alright, so second gas taken by him, a late cybernetics core. Alright, just get out. Your very, very late cybernetics core, you could look to punish this by just chronoboosting into the cyber core and doing something like that. But because of the late cyber core, what we're most likely going to do here is just go for a very fast one gate robo into an expansion. Still focus on getting out the Observer and Immortal. Just the two safest things for you as a Protoss player. Oopsie daisy, going to be a little bit pylon block there. But that's okay. Don't worry. Pylon blocks happen to the best of us. Alright, let's just go ahead and try and get rid of this probe, and then we'll throw down the robo. Alright, so let's just get you gone. And then throw down the robo. And then another pylon. Alright, so having the robo down now, I'm going to hotkey it. With my hotkey setup, by the way, I didn't really talk about it very much, did I, in the first game. My hotkey setup as Protoss is I have 1 and 2 units. 1 and 2 I use for different hotkey units. You can have up to 3 if you want, but this is just how I play. It's not something that is super ideal. I think 3 hotkeys for units is ideal. 2 is okay. It just depends on how much of a mouse to keyboard player you are. My other hotkeys is going to be 3 for all the Nexus, 1 and 2 Nexus, and then it's going to be 4 Robo, and then W I actually have is for my warp gates, because it's just that's the automatic hotkey setup for it. We're not building a sentry right now. Some may call that greedy, some may call it risky. I'm calling it he didn't build a cybernetics core until mine was finished, so I'm not too scared about him doing anything super early on. We're going to go ahead and throw down a Nexus as well and just build a pylon. We're going to come back and immediately build an immortal behind it too, and then start our sentry production off these 2 gateways. So first of all, we'll just turn this to warp gate, which is G on the keyboard, and then we're going to build an immortal and chrono boost it out. And then we're going to go ahead to this other gateway to warp gate and start to build our sentries, and with a pylon on the low ground, we're going to be fine to be able to continue to build units and getting that observer across the board. If something was to come now, we can always force field the ramp. We want to keep up probe production now because we are playing to take a new base very shortly. And we just play it safe. So Stalker, Zealot, Sentry out in the open. I'm not too sure why. And an Observer. Alright, so an Observer out in the open. I'm going to build another Observer right behind mine because I know his is coming to my base and we're going to deny it. So we'll open a Stalker. We're going to get in position to stop it. No expansion down. We'll chrono boost out this and get another Immortal in a minute. And we see 1, 2, 3 gateways and a robo. So let's just wait for this Observer to come in, which should be coming in. 3 gate robo so far. There it is, and it's destroyed. And he doesn't know if we've expanded or not. Even though he could poke up and check, we're safe. I'm going to now leave my Observer on the natural to scout in case he takes an expansion. Meanwhile, adding extra gateways to go to a total of 4 and transferring a handful of probes down and hotkeying up my new Nexus and continuing to build probes. We're going to keep this here, and as he has no Nexus, I'm just going to be building units now and make another pylon on this low ground. Because right now, I'm probably at a total of 30-35 probes. Roughly. I'm going to build a couple more. And now we're just looking to defend. Because he, obviously without a natural Nexus, can't really do anything. You know, he has to attack. If not, then we're just going to, you know, we're going to win. So we're going to be checking out for that. He could have proxied one, sure. So we always want to go in and double check. We want to continue to build Zealots, continue to build units, and continue to build pylons. Nothing from the Robo. So he's not building in for the Robo. He's got a handful of units here. Maybe that's an expansion. If that's an expansion, which I think it is, I'm going to continue to build up probes. Alright, great. Now chrono boost into the Nexus and transfer down and get gas and gas immediately because now he's not attacking you, he's teching up. You can now also go Robotics Bay. Because the next stage, obviously, from going into a robotics play, the most simple transition is going over to Colossus. So we've got a massive head start on him. We can continue to chrono boost into the Nexus. We know that we don't really need to build units because he's you know in a defensive stance. We can even watch him leave the ramp with our Observer, and we're in a great position. So be able to build pylons now and just really play it slow, play it very well in terms of decision making, and we are already miles and miles ahead of the game just because our build is a lot better naturally because we're already got a Nexus down. Poke up, just check his army again. 3 EE, there it is, there's his army, all still there, goody gumdrops. And then we're going to go ahead and build a Colossus immediately in Thermal Lands. And then we'll just start to build up our Colossus, and we'll look for maybe a 3 Colossus push out to finish the game. So there goes the Colossus, and chrono boost at the Colossus to get it out. The probe production is good. We stop probes now. Again, this is something that you don't really do as Zerg too much. But you do a lot more with Protoss and Terran, is you don't overproduce probes if you're not going to take a 3rd base, which we're not. So now we're not building probes, we actually have a lot more money, which can go into stuff like this. 3 more gateways, 4 more gateways, to a total of 7. And then with Colossus production staying consistent, we're going to have a 7 gateway, the 2 to 3 Colossus attack coming out. And without probes, we don't have to worry as much about pylons, even though we will keep on doing that. We want to keep pylons consistent. 1 and 2. There's his army movement I see on the minimap. 3 Immortals, not such a big army. Ours is just going to be a lot better. Get some more Zealots in there. And good. So everything's looking great. Put a couple more pylons again because Colossus are 6 supply, which can be a pain in the arse. And we're just going to keep building Colossus, and that's all we're doing. Just understanding the opportunity that is out there for us to take. We see his weakness is that we're a lot faster than he is in terms of game, not really, you know, APM or something like that, just in the actual game. So with another Colossus being made, we'll wait until the 3rd one is done because we don't want to go without Thermal Lance really. You could go with 2, but 3 will give us a much more power punch than anything. We're just going to keep on building units. So let's just chrono boost out this last Colossus, and then we're going to go add on a couple more pylons at home. 1 more chrono boost in there. Keep on building up Stalkers and more Zealots. And look, still very weak. He's chrono boosting into where we were ages ago, still building probes. He's actually moved. No, okay, I thought he was moving out. Alright, so now let's build all our Zealots. And then we can go. So what you want to do is have a probe on 2. And then the army on 1. Let's go. So now we're just going to go walk across the map, build a pylon here, and just go. We continue to warp in Stalkers WSSSSSS, hotkey them up immediately and come. I think I hotkeyed my hatcheries, but it's okay. Alright, so probe is coming, everything's coming, our attack is coming. Continue to build Stalkers all the time, increase that army value, and things are looking pretty bad for him. We didn't lose the probe, no, good. Bring down these rocks, get all the army together. Remember, always zealots at the front. So put the zealots at the front already, and we're just going to wait now until that we can warp in more units. Maybe build a couple more pylons, so you might as well. I mean, might as well. Make sure we have enough army supply, and we're just going to warp in a couple more Stalkers from behind, and now we're ready. So let's now take this fight. Remember to G for Guardian Shield, and then take it. So come in from an angle, G Guardian Shield, make sure your Stalkers are not at the front. Good, get in again, and another Guardian Shield can be activated, and you're just going to walk over that probe and build another pylon here. And you already know the outcome because you've already predetermined how this fight is pretty much going to go. We already knew we were going to win it, so you didn't need to focus too much on controlling the units. Another Guardian Shield, more and more Stalkers can be made, and it's a pretty GG. Alright, excellent game reading. Again, very safe game reading into analyzing our opponent and how and where he is in the game into finishing that up. So already beaten a Silver League player here, so we are climbing up pretty damn fast, and we can continue into our third game. Alright, so hopefully guys I'm explaining everything that happens and you're not left mystified to maybe something that happened in the game. If you are, do make sure to leave a comment in the channel, or not in the channel but on the actual video below. I'll make sure to read it and give a comment if I can. I don't read every single comment, but I do read a lot of them, so do make sure to leave something there if you want some further help on maybe something. Remember, you can go ahead and be like, hey Apollo, game 2, why did you do this instead of this? And I'll try and give my best explanation. Alright, so we've got a Terran player. So we played every single matchup so far. Going over to the Terran matchup now. So like I said, the initial start of this video, we're going to be playing a very reactionary Colossus Double Forge style. For anybody that's big fans of the GSL or any Korean Starcraft 2, you would have seen a player most known as Creator Prime that uses this build a lot. And has had very much so a very successful career in PvT with it. Managed to do extraordinarily well in the TSL 4. Team Liquid Star League tournament by using this against every single Terran player he ran into, and it was a pleasure to cast that and to watch it. So let's see if we can copy that and mimic his play. A sip of water or a gulp of water to refresh our brain, ready for this game on Daybreak, as Russ is now loading. Okie doke, come on Russ. Alright, we're in. Alright, so probes building, or drag a box like this, click the mineral line, cut in half. That's how to split. I think that's the first time I've ever done that on a tutorial video. You delayed me by 10 seconds, guys, but I did it. Alright, now let's just get mining up. Say good luck, have fun. Always say good luck, have fun. Shift F1, Shift F2, Shift F3, Shift F4, very easily just clicking the minimap. And now we have all these hotkeys set up on our top of our keyboard, and I strongly recommend you use them. We're going to be scouting after Pylon. The reason why we scout after Pylon is because in Terran versus Protoss, or should I say Protoss versus Terran, there are a lot of aggressive builds that Terran can use. And because we're playing in the lower leagues, we're working on our hotkey setup and so on, we're working on our fundamentals, we're going to be trying to scout out anything early on and take a hit economically. And we know that with our solid build, we're going to be able to catch up anyway in the later stages. So we're going to check around. We check down here for proxy barracks locations, check the Zelnaga Tower, and then come across to his base. We're going to be going for a 13 gateway into 14 gas. So Chronobus one more time, 2 Chronobus total now. We're now at 13 supply, so we wait till 150, and just pull one probe down, build a gateway, go back to work. Nice and fast, nobody gets hurt. And continue to build another probe. And at 14, we're going to take a gas. So any second now, we have 75. Take a gas, shift click back into the mineral line, and now we come in and see his base. So Stuff like SCV counting and so on that you can do at high levels doesn't apply, but we do see a refineries taken. So that's why we sent in the very early probe to get this before it was walled off, for example, with another supply depot there. So what we're going to do now is, what you can see I'm doing is controlling my probe with 1, hitting 3, then hitting E, and coming back with my F1 to chrono boost, for example, to get into the gas now. Then double tap 1 to get back to my probe to move it again. So small little things here make the biggest difference. A tech lab has been thrown down. So it looks like we're going to have an initial Reaper. So I'm actually not even going to be building a Zealot. I'm going to just wait and chrono boost out a Stalker immediately. Daybreak is a very large map. And we're going to be able to get the Stalker out and then just simply expand behind the Stalker. We got to be focused on, oh, he is researching something, could be concussive shells, could be marauders. As soon as this probe goes down, he could be adding on extra barracks, so that's something else that we want to keep in consideration too. We'll throw down another pylon, just spread across these pylons in our base, and try to keep this probe alive for as long as possible, scouting out all the directions. Is it a Reaper, is it a marauder? And we can build a Stalker in a minute. Do we know what it's going to be? We want to find out. So now, oh, Marauder. Okay, so a Marauder coming down. Great. So what we're going to do now we know that it's not going to be a Reaper. I want you to throw down a second gas in reaction to this, in retaliation. Chrono boost into the cyber core. And what we're going to be doing now is very simply throwing down a robo very early on. We're going to keep on building probes. With a robo coming down very early on here, what we're basically saying is, alright, cool, you're most likely with this play. I doubt it's going to be just a 1 barracks expansion. It's probably going to be some kind of 1 base attack. So, alright, fine. We're now going to play pretty close as well to 1 base. We're going to go 2 gateway robo. This is a build that you would have seen Rain in the GSL, OSL use frequently, just to kind of punish any Terran players that try to be cheeky with some kind of builds that are trying to punish a Protoss that expands. So we're just going to play it very safe, then expand after. Chrono boosting into the gateway. We're going to build a sentry from the robo, from the gateway. And we have probe count. We're going to stop probe production now when we get to 18 probes. Or we can stop, I think we're 18 probes now. Yeah, 18 probes. So we're going to stop that now, which is 2 lines and 2 probes. We're going to immediately build an observer and get that out, and then an immortal behind it. Chrono boost one more time into the... Oh, he's already here. Okay, so try to force fill the ramp, and then just come in, and what we're going to have to do is just pull a few probes. Our gateways are almost done, so we're going to have to pull a few probes, rebuild the pylon, and as these gateways are done, all we're going to be doing now is just adding on 2 stalkers. It's a very simple little thing. We're just going to try to micro, don't want to lose these units. He's wasting time on this. We're going to now warp in. We take the fight. We do have an immortal coming. When that pylon is done, we're then going to be able to just warp in. So micro back the units if you can. And then we're just going to take the fight with 2 stalkers coming in and a mortal out. This is going to be pretty much over now. I don't see anything that he can do against a mortal like this. Even though we lose a couple of probes, we're able to just rebuild them. And as we predicted, a very cheeky little build is now going to be halted. We can now just replenish those couple of probes we lost. We just go ahead and check out. Maybe he proxied something, maybe, I'm not sure. But whatever the case, it's now finished. 2 barracks, we've saved the, we had to lose a couple of probes, but that's fine. 3 barracks total, and he's continuing through with it. So with another immortal coming out, at this time you have 2 options: you expand or attack. We're going to take the expansion option because he's come back home now and so on. There's the Nexus going to come down. We throw down a pylon immediately, and now we just focus on getting our sentry count up. And with 2 immortals, there's no way we're taking damage. He could probably go in for stim, so it's just why we're going to build the sentries out in case he comes again, which I guess he's going to. Well, I'm not too sure what he's actually doing here. Alright, so we'll let him make his mind up, but we're playing a reactionary style, so that means we're going to scout. So an engineering bay coming down. Okay. Hotkey up the Nexus, continue to build probes. Follow his army. It's gone. So I'm going to build a... Oh, there it is. Okay, so just a bunker. Alright, so he's playing it safe now. We're just going to build another immortal, and then we'll call it quits from the immortals. We'll keep our sentry count high. Probably want about 4 sentries against an aggressive player like this to have a good amount of energy. And things are looking pretty good for us at the moment. 1 more sentry can go in now, and 4 sentries is good. Probably leave a stalker on the Zelnoga tower as well. I guess there's no reason not to. He's not getting units there. All his units are at home. I guess that's going to be a turret. Still not too sure where his expansion is, so I'm going to send out the observer to check out the expansions that are on the top side of this map. transfer a handful of probes down now, build a couple of zealots, and now we're starting to just increase our economy. We can increase our production naturally. So let's go ahead now and just add on 2 more gateways, and then we're going to go up to Colossus very shortly. So 1 and 2, and just sit on the front here with our 3 Immortals. Very, very solid. No hidden base by the looks of it, so we'll just go back and scout if he's going to expand or not. Going to Chrono Boost again into the Nexus because we got a great army set up and he can't really attack into it. We can now get ready to throw down the Robo Bay. So let's throw down the Robotics Bay. There we go. And with the Robo Bay coming down, we can immediately go over into Colossus. So SCV's coming. Take the gases on the natural too. 1, 2. And everything's looking pretty good. Check the SCV count or pro count. It's almost there and good in the main base. And then one final move, we'll check the natural again. Add on some additional pylons. No natural again, which is a little bit weird. So we'll check if it's in the main base. And we'll just hotkey down to the natural, or waypoint down to the natural, should I say. I think our observer died, yep. And I don't really see anything, so a little bit weird. But nevertheless, I don't really mind. If this stage of the game, if you're still a little bit in the dark, send a probe to every expansion on the map to check again. Better be safe than sorry, guys. Alright, so we'll get the Colossus on the way now. We'll add on a couple more forges, or 2 forges should I say, and 1 more gateway to a total of 5, and then a pylon, and another pylon in the second when we have the money. Just shift click back, and just keep on Chrono Boosting out the Colossus again, like previously. Just now going to focus on again, just building Colossus out. Oh, get to the gas on natural. My mistake. And with the probe moving out, just checking. We're all good. I'm going to build another Colossus. Got to Chrono Boost it out again. And now we're going to research 1-1 upgrades. But notice the difference compared to a pro game where people rush to get a 3rd base out. We're just playing it safe. We're playing calm. No need to rush for a 3rd base if he's not even got a natural, right? So just lock yourself down on 2 bases. Chrono Boost out into the forges now. You've got 300 minerals, so let's build some probes. Let's throw down 3 more pylons. And just keep on increasing the value of our army, which is going to be Zealots and Stalkers now. Chrono Boost out another Colossus. So we don't really need to Chrono Boost out the Colossus as much now, because you're already really defensive. And we don't need to go for a big attack. We're just trying to get 1-1 out. So we'll try to do that. Our probes are good. We can start building probes. Or actually, let's go take a 3rd base now. And as we take a 3rd base, you start to spread yourself out thin. Even though I've locked it very tightly on 2 bases, we're now going to extend ourselves. And if we extend ourselves out as a Protoss player, we want an observer covering our back, which is going to be up here just in case it drops. We want to be, as a Protoss player now, pyloning around the map. In the corners there, we could potentially be seeing Medivacs come from. But still nothing from him in terms of proxy, so we're just going to go scout out his natural with that probe and see what's up. We can throw down the Templar or Twilight Council to go to 2-2, and we get denied, but he does have an expansion, which makes it perfect sense for us now to take this 3rd, continue our probe production, hotkey the Nexus to 3, which is my Nexus button. Big Brother is watching. I don't know what that means. Maybe someone's behind me. Oh, maybe the Observer. Okay, so Observer on patrol move at a good location. We have the pylons down. And now we're just going to slowly but surely, we could go and attack and win the game, but I'm just going to show you some natural timings that you're going to have to put down, such as the Templar Archives after your 3rd Colossus when the Twilight Council's done, see? And then we want more gateways too, because we're on 3 base. So Templar Archives come down, and now let's just increase the gateway count to a total of 5 more, and then just get +2, +2, 2. So +2 attack, +2 armor. On the natural, we got some probes to transfer down. We waypoint down as well and keep probe production up. We would have left ourselves with roughly, yeah, so even, transfer a couple down, roughly 16, 18 probes per base. Now we can go and kill, probably. We want to be taking the gases here immediately, maybe another pylon. We can get Zealot Charge and Storm now as we start to afford it. Chrono Boost into the forges again, get Zealot Charge. You don't necessarily need to be hitting timings all the time. I guess you could, as a good Protoss player, be hitting timings, 2-2 timings, 3-3 timings, and so on. But to be honest, this guy is not going to survive the night. His PC's not even surviving the night, so he hasn't got a 3rd base. Let's turn all those gateways we just made into warp gates. Chrono Boost into these again. Warp in some more Zealots. And we'll pin some, we might as well just go straight into Archons and some more Zealots. And then we'll just attack with 2 Archons, and we'll see how this takes us. We'll probably finish up with roughly 2-2, but I'm sure we could finish it anyway without. We're on 3-3 bases, or 3 bases, we've got good probes. We can probably just come up and attack. We'll see what his defense is like. We'll test. Force field's always going to be cutting that army in half, so the Colossus get in and do maximum damage. You can force field around it again, so come even further behind. Force field again. But good setup by him. I mean, he doesn't really have, I don't really have any Zealots left. He is at 1-1, so let's just back off for now and warp in some more Zealots and then go in again. We kept all our key units alive. We just lost mostly Zealots and Sentries, but that doesn't matter too much. 1-1 is 2-2 is done. We can go again. This is the time where you add on more gateways, or what we should be doing is add on more gateways. Again, just keep our money low. These more gateways and attack again. And then we can build more Stalkers now. Go again, just spend our money on 3 bases, hammer him down, get the plus 3-3. So let's get 3, A, and G and A are the hotkeys for those. Chrono boosting, which is C, and then we can go in again. We kept all our big units alive. Stalkers are always going to be on 2, and we're just going to come crash through. Stalkers on 2 to bring down any Vikings like that. Just click 2, bring the Viking down, and the Colossus survives. So we can march up the ramp. He's going to lift his buildings. Alright, so now, in a panic mode, we throw down Stargate, Stargate, Stargate to build Phoenixes, because he's going to float the barracks away or something. I don't know. Okay. Might as well just try to speed this game up and get another 4th base to make sure we have enough gas. He's going to be like this. Okay. Oh. He's trying to base race us. If we can warp in and feedback, that'd be nice. Alright, so he's dropped us. Try and pick off all this. Keep warping in units here. And, well, I'm going to have more money in a minute. Let's kill off all the supply depots and then attack down, kill those off. Going to warp in some... Just Zealots is fine, just wait. You can transfer everything to the 4th base. Just kill off everything that he's got, and then just warp in a bunch of units again. At 2-2 and a bunch of Zealots, he can't stop this. He's at 1-1. I'm just going again, kill these off. I mean, at the end of the day, I guess we can bring our army back, but... And so just go and warp in some High Templar and do it that way. I guess we should get some Phoenixes going out. I wonder if he'll quit if he loses his army. Alright, let's do Archons. Alright, Archons. Alright, now go. Gotta come from the side because you filter through the gateways. Come from the side, best attack angle possible. Feedback that medivac. Boop. And attack in. Alright, so I don't know what he's gonna do now. I'm just gonna start my Phoenix production to get rid of his buildings because we're on a video, man. We got a video to make. Don't have time killing buildings. Alright, so I'm just going to patrol move these down, maybe patrol move some up there. Alright. Let's get the Phoenixes on the go. Oh, there we go, there's one. Okay, GG. Alright, good game. Alright, so that was pretty straightforward again. As you can see, make sure you are pausing throughout the video as well, just to kind of break down anything that happens. Just have a quick look at this guy. What league was he? Maybe Silver. Silver again. Okay. So we are marching through with Silver. We're pretty fast, and we should be able to squeeze in one more game now. And one game would bring us to the end of episode 1. So hopefully we can end it with another great game. Don't really mind which matchup we're going to be on. I'm quite comfortable in all 3 to be able to tell you anything and everything you need to know. Now we are loading in, so let's see what matchup we're going to get. Random would complete the set, but we are going to have a Protoss versus Protoss, and actually I'm very happy with this last one because I'm going to teach you how to play a Blink Stalker play. Blink Stalker on this map is going to be very, very strong no matter what you face against. It's a very, very strong play. So we're going to open up like this. But we'll also play Scouting Reactionary style too. So it's going to be a 1-base Blink play. So 1 base just means you focus on 1 base, don't need to worry too much about your macro. Just make sure to hit these specific timings down as we go in the game now, and I'll show you. And that will complete us for episode number 1. I hope you guys have been enjoying it. Make sure to like this video. Tell your friends about it if they play Protoss. If you know or have anybody that wants to get back into Starcraft 2, ready for Heart of the Swarm. They are Protoss players and want to know how to play and get back to date with what's actually going on in the game. Definitely share this video. Alright, so what we're going to be doing now, even though I said this earlier, it would be nice to not scout until the cybernetics core or maybe the last pylon comes down or something. In this, we are going to scout immediately. We want to be knowing about proxy stuff in bronze, silver, gold. I'm sure it happens a lot. If you're a Protoss player and you experience those things, then you understand exactly what I'm on about, and this is why you have to scout early on. So inside your base, because that pylon could be here already. It could be on the natural, it could be anywhere. And every single game you need to check. If you want to maintain a 100%, even though that's may not possible, but if I want to, should I say, maintain a 100% win rate, playing as Protoss, deflecting everything and all these cheeses, this is absolutely necessary to do so. Even cannon rushes, you know, from this side, I've seen before. Alright, so let's just go to his base, nothing is there. Again, we're going to be going 13 gateway. Depending on what we scout, we are looking for the green light to go to blink play. The green light is going to be no 4 gate signs, no 1 gas play. Something along those. We'll see. I'll tell you as it comes in. Alright, so 13 gateway down, 14 gas is going to be our normal. We've hotkeyed up our F1s as mentioned earlier. And now we're going to go ahead and take the gas. And we see a gateway coming down. It's, compare it to ours, it's a faster gateway. It's like an 11 gateway. So signs of aggression already here. Just by the timing. And the way you get the timing is you compare it to your own structure. Because it's a mirror matchup, you're going to be playing exactly the same. You go ahead and be like, alright, his gateway just finished. Ours is not, whoa, ours is not ready. His cybercore down immediately. So all these are signs of aggression. So if signs of aggression, and when I say aggression, it could be 3 gate, it could be 4 gate, anything along these lines. So we want to keep the probe alive for as long as possible. I want to get the cybercore down, and all we're doing to get back is just double tapping 1, double tapping F1, or hitting F1 should I say, double tapping 3 at the moment because there's only 1 nexus on it. We're going to be building a zealot straight away. Look at all that chrono boost saved up. I'm pretty sure that that gas is a fake. We'll watch all the chrono boost go into the actual cybercore, all the chrono boost. So we'll go get a second gas now. There's the first one into the cybercore. So I'm 100% certain we're playing against aggression now. So playing against aggression, we're going to just build a bunch of sentries really early on here. So I'll show you exactly how, and then we'll tech up after once we feel comfortable. So we're going to be spending warp gate research, another chrono boost into there, warp gate research, checking our base in a minute. We'll get 3 down. And we're just going to build a sentry, and we're going to chrono boost it out. We're also going to check in our base now with our zealot to make sure there's no pylon in there or something wacky. And this gas is being mined from, but I still don't trust him. I don't trust him a single bit. There's no third pylon either, and we have ours completed. So we're just going to go ahead and build another sentry again and chrono boost it out, because all you need to do against this is successfully force field the ramp. That's all you need to do. Alright, so now as we're starting to, you know, save minerals, we're going to throw down a couple of extra gateways and another pylon. So, 1. Oh. Okay, that was kind of sloppy of us. Because he's going to go plant a pylon. So, make sure to get another... or is he? Okay, no. Alright, so now we've got 3 gateways coming down. It's fine. Our probe count is good. Now we sit on the ramp. He didn't build a gateway. There's not a gateway in our base. We're going to chrono boost out another sentry in a second here, as soon as the gas is available. I didn't build another pylon. Now we're sitting on 3 sentries. We're going to have another one coming soon. We are never, ever letting anything up our ramp. So now we can start to spend our gas elsewhere and minerals elsewhere. The next 100 gas, I want to go into a robo. We can chrono boost the cybercore now. We're getting ready to force field all the time, and we just go robo. Because we're going to have a tech advantage. 4 sentries is way enough to actually hold on to anything for a very long time. And if we are under danger, we can easily warp in another sentry. 6 minutes come, he's still not here. Remember, he doesn't necessarily know exactly what he's doing. Still waiting. Warp gates are ready. So now we can make stalkers. I'm going to make 3 stalkers. Okay, 3 stalkers. I'm going to build another pylon on this bottom side as well, just patiently waiting. Don't want to ruin our record or lose in Silver League. Still don't see anything, so I'm starting to feel comfortable now where we can go for an observer and go scout out what he's doing. Just playing it very, very safe. We can start to look for an expansion soon, but I'm not going to rush it down at all. I'm just going to open 3 more zealots. Safe, 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 safe. Open another pylon. Safe, 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 safe. And now start getting an immortal out. So next thing is an immortal, and then we're really, really safe. So wait for the immortal now. Just get 250. It is PvP, so you're allowed to stay on one base like this for a long time. And then as the immortal's being built, I'm feeling comfortable. The observers revealed nothing. Okay, observer reveals 3 stalkers. Doesn't mean too much. Gonna chrono boost into this again. Gonna build a nexus soon. Gonna go scout what he's up to. But we got our hotkey, our army hotkeyed on 1. Ooh, we're gonna lose a probe. See if we can come down and trap the stalkers though. I think we can. Cheeky, cheeky. Force fields. And then let's go expand. Oh, we lost the probe, didn't we? So let's go expand now. And see what he's doing. Ah, Dark Shrine! Crap! Lost my observer, but I know it's a Dark Shrine, so let's just build out a bunch of stuff. We're going to build a pylon. And we actually build another pylon too, because if morphs to Archons, we want to filter the army through. And with the observer out, we're not going to lose a thing. So that's what he was trying to hide. Not sure why he chrono so much into the gateways. Into the actual, well, God, my words are elsewhere. The actual warp gate. If you can force field, maybe. Nope, not gonna get it. So let's make a wall here. Got another observer, just gonna put it on patrol move in case warp prism comes in. Let's just go up to Robo now. One more observer, just playing it very safe. Gonna go to his natural. Could even move out a little bit here with these, and just go kill the pylon. And just keep on building probes. Going to transfer down. Looks like we do have Archons as predicted, so we're just going to clear up this, and it's not too much there, so just kill the pylon. Oh, the zealot lives, and then we'll just leave a zealot on here, I think. Oh, okay, is he coming? Is he not? Just come back. Alright, so now we've got the robotics bay coming down. We can throw down a forge, get some +1 with our Colossus. Back up this pylon, and that's just transferred down. Waypoint down, and we got a good amount of probes coming. Going to be able to build a Colossus in a minute. We got an observer going to check out what he's up to. Got another gateway just in case he's going to go all in. Build a Colossus now. There she is. There she is. She's coming. Let's scout the natural and take the gases in a second of ours. What's he doing? Nothing. Upon seeing nothing, I'm actually just going to go ahead and build a cannon when this forge is done now. Just going to build 2 cannons, because a Colossus opening is weak until they get to 2 to 3 against Immortals, against Zealot Archon. So we're just going to play it a little bit safe. Might as well play safe, guys. Trust me. It works. Let's try and find out what's going on. Build a +1 attack or a Thermal Lance in a minute as well, or another cannon. His army size is very weak, so I'm not worried at all. We'll get Thermal Lance in a second when we can afford it. You can, if you want to play ultra safe, is go ahead and build a cannon somewhere near your mineral line like this. And say if DTs do get dropped to my base, I have a cannon to warp in and for detection. We're going to get Thermal Lance, and we're going to make a very similar push as we did earlier on, where we've nailed down exactly how he's playing out. We've mapped him out, we've read him like a book, eventually. And now we're just going to chrono boost out these Colossus. We'll go for a 3 Colossus push again with a nice 1-1. We can increase the gateway count again now. Add 3 gateways down. And just look for the nail in the coffin again. So we'll just chrono boost again into the Colossus, get another one queued up and waypointed in. And get all our army ready to go. As soon as this next Colossus is ready, we've got the gateways coming down. 3 gateways because the 4th one's on our natural. So we got up to a total of 7. It could go 8, but 7's going to be okay anyway. And we'll just start warping in units, stalkers, zealots, you name it. And we're going to go very, very shortly here, as Thermal Lance and a +1 will be ready by the time we actually get across there. One thing to note we didn't build on or add on is pylons. So just pylon up here, 1, 2, 3, and then hotkey that probe to 2, and we'll make movement out with that probe now. Might as well. Colossus is basically done, and let's go finish the deal. So we'll go up to his Zarnogatar, plant a pylon there first. We've got cannons against DTs if they do come in. We've got a cannon in the main base. Our warp gates are now ready. And take this probe away and just make more stalkers. I'll just build the pylon down here. Oh, don't quite have thermal lance, almost done though, and 1+1. Get +1 armor if you just want to think about playing the later stages. We're going to come from the angle though, we're going to come from this side because you don't want to fight against the ramp. You want, to nullify this ramp advantage. He will have the advantage going there. So we'll just warp in a couple more stalkers from this pylon or this pylon, and then we're just going to take the assault now. So let's get everything together. There he is. Oh, hello. And now we'll look for a fight. So we only got 5 zealots, but it doesn't matter. There's so much output here. Stalkers can come to the back, Guardian Shield activated. 3 Colossus going to shred everything he has, even units coming from behind. And just attack in. And we've got the pylon with us to reinforce our army right up close. And once everything goes down, this should be a swift victory. More Stalkers can come in. And we make our move to the natural, where we do see a Nexus, but incredibly far behind ours, of course. We have an observer with our army in case of DTs, and there is the GG. Alright, so that's done it for this episode. We played all the games that we have time for, with roughly 50 1-hour-minute video, or 50-minute 1-hour video. Flying Solo achievement achieved, and also rank 1 in the division. So a rank 1 bronze already, which has been nice and swift. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this again. It's a pleasure doing these videos for you and helping you Protoss players out now as well. So I've done the Zerg ones. Now it's time for some Protoss pride. Get you guys up that ladder as fast as possible. So thanks guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe. In the top left of this video there's a subscribe button. It lets you know when my videos are live. It puts them in a little subscriber box for you, and it also helps me out too. So thank you very, very much for watching this video guys, and be ready, keep your eyes peeled for episode number 2.